Alright, so I'm at the Whitney Ranger Station campground at the moment, sort of near the base of Mount Whitney. Had a fairly short 7-ish miles in here this morning. Currently sitting here soaking my feet in the icy cold water. In fact, the temperature is barely above freezing anyway. The weather check I did on the inReach, which is just horribly unreliable, I'm finding, said it's about 33 or 34 degrees Fahrenheit right now. 33 actually. And 32 is freezing. So yeah, in the sun it's not too bad. That's why I think it's warmer than that, but it's just stupid. It says tomorrow we're in for a top of 28 degrees Fahrenheit and a low of 28 degrees Fahrenheit. So -2 or 3, I guess, all day apparently. I don't know what to make of it. Can't get a straight story. The ranger's not here, so we can't get weather from him. A friend of mine is telling me that there's a reasonable chance of rain tomorrow, which will be snow where we are. It's hard to say. So none of us really know what to do. I think we're just going to have a crack at getting up this summit, and we'll have to just pull the pin if it gets too wild. And then hopefully, with Forester Pass and Kearsarge Pass coming up before we can head into Bishop, like, if the weather gets nasty, we're going to be in a bit of a pickle, like in terms of food and finding a way out. At the moment, with just a little bit of luck, we should be fine. Theoretically, I've got about 3 days hiking left to get out, and I've got 4 days of food still, and I'm still fighting all the urges to eat all the extra food, but 4 days of food can be rationed out to 6 days pretty easily, unpleasantly, but easily. So I think I can weather whatever gets thrown at us at the moment. I really don't want to go back. To go back to Lone Pine from here is probably like a day and a half. Hike back the wrong direction, I'm sure we've already done, so I don't want to hike a day and a half the wrong way to get out. When I can hike a couple more days the right way and then be even more stuck. But hopefully we won't get stuck. I'm sure it'll be fine. The cold weather will definitely work in our favour. Just because it'll keep snow frozen or make snow travel a lot easier, as long as we don't get any more snow. You know, and the Garmin, the weather report right now says there's a heavy chance of winter mix. And as you can see, that's the forecast for actually an hour ago for this very spot. They said currently a heavy chance of a wintry mix, whatever that means, but as you can see from the blue sky behind me, and all around me, the weather's stunning at the moment. So I think we're just going to camp here, about 1 AM, get up and do the 7-point-something miles or 11 to 12 kilometers up to the summit, which is hopefully goes smoothly by headlamp, for the sunrise, and then enjoy sunrise and hang out at the summit for a little while, and then make our way back down before the snow starts to melt if it gets warm tomorrow, and if it doesn't, then we're laughing. And from there we'll try and get as close to Forester Pass as possible, so we can do another early morning climb up Forester Pass while the snow is frozen. So that would be the ideal situation, and hopefully the weather doesn't throw anything crazy at us, but Sierra, you never know. What I do know is it is stunningly beautiful, and my feet are really, really cold right now. Night hike number 2 with the Kiwis.
Yeah.
We're doing the Mount Whitney approach. It's 1:15. A really bright moon, so we can actually see all the alpine lakes and the mountains around us, which we're not sure if is a good thing or not yet. And it's not that cold, but nobody's died yet, so we're going to hopefully keep it that way. Another sort of almost 4 hours to the summit. Good morning from the highest place in the lower 48 states of the US. I am currently the highest person in this country. No one else is behind me, but holy crap, 14,500 feet. Oh, what a climb. Never in my life did I think I'd do anything like that. Tearing up. Amazing. All right, so 14,500 feet here. is 2 times higher than the tallest mountain in Australia, Mount Kosciuszko, so I'm twice as high as that. For those back home in southeast Queensland, I am 8 times higher than Mount Biawar, and also for those in Brisbane, I am 15 times higher than Mount Cootha. So that's what 14,500 feet is. Tallest mountain in the lower 48 states, and it's freezing cold. This is where, when we came up, Nono and I were the first people up for the day, and Nono was leading, and she actually had to cut in her own steps to get across, because the trail comes from down here and comes up, and yeah, it's pretty sketchy.
Alright, this is the sketchiest little piece we did on our ascent to Whitney today. And now we're coming back down it, and we're not sure which is the better way, but here Silver goes. He's got to decide now whether to go down there or to come up over here, which looks better until you see these rocks you got to scramble down.
And up looks sketchy and down looks worse.
So let's see what he decides.
There's not much room to catch myself if I do go for a slide. I think I'm going to take the rocks.
All right. Well, come on. Very nice.
Concentration. Oh, we survived. We are safely back down the bottom of Mount Whitney now. Where is Nono? There she is, hide the back out. Got a couple of miles back to camp, where we will chill out for a few hours before heading towards Forester Pass, where we will do it all over again tomorrow morning. Well, maybe not exactly all over again, but kind of similar. That mountain was 14,500 feet. I believe Forester's around 13,500, give or take a couple of hundred. Have been up since 11:15 last night, and it's now getting towards about 9:30 a.m. This trail is covered in ice. It was minus 10 degrees at the top, and I think it's probably above 0 down here now. But in the sun, it certainly feels much better. But yeah, successfully climbed or hiked Mount Whitney without incident. Well, we haven't had an incident, and no one else had any incidents on the way up. And we are really hoping that no one has any incidents on the way down. I was surprised at how easy it was coming down. I expected being able to see all the exposure would make it a lot more difficult, but yeah, it was fine. So on that note, I'm gonna leave it there, and it's been a success.